Hi, it's Tansel here, and today I'm on holiday. Actually, I'm on holiday for a whole week. One of the requests came in to make a video, and that request is how to memorize your peg words. And peg words being things like your images for your numbers and also playing cards as well. So for example, 17 could be a dog, 84 could be a fairy or a frog, 7 of hearts could be a computer, and so on. How do you come up with these images and memorize them? So just go through very quickly. I was going to script out a whole video and go through all the details on how to do it, but it's so much easier to just give you the information straight away so you can just go ahead and do it rather than me creating this whole lengthy video on how to do it. So this will be a quick one. Okay, there are 3 ways I recommend for you to try out. And the first way is to memorize your peg words onto a location, right? So if you've got, let's say you've got 100 peg words to memorize for your numbers, right? You've got 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, all the way up to 99. What I recommend you do is put 2 images onto one location. So for example, you put your 0, 0 and 0, 1 onto the first location, and then 0, 2 and 0, 3 onto the second location, and so on. So that way you'll only need, say, 50 locations to memorize all your 100 peg words for your digits. So that's one way. Also, you can do this for your 1,000 peg words as well, but what I suggest for that is maybe putting some more digits in there. So you might put 4 or 5 items instead of 2. So that's a strategy. The second way of doing it, and this is probably the longer way, I wouldn't do this for 1,000, is link the peg words together into a story. So if you've got 100 images, that's a 100 long story, but you can do them in chunks. So you do the first 10. So you go 0, 0, connect to 0, 1, 0, 1, connect to 0, 2, 0, 2, connect to 0, 3. Right, so you do that maybe for the first 10, go review it, and then you start the next one. So 11 to 20 or 21. Do that 10 times, review your stories from the start, and you've got all your peg words. Right, now the question that you're probably asking is, okay, great, I've memorized those words, but the words are corresponding to the numbers. How am I going to connect the images straight away to those numbers? Well, here's the thing. When you memorize the peg words and you know your major system well, what's going to happen is those images are going to come up into your head a lot quicker than you think, because you've pre-memorized them, you've already got them. So if a code comes up and it's TNN, right, you're not going to sit there wondering, oh, what's TNN? You've already memorized the TNN, so that image will come quicker. Is it going to happen automatically? Most likely not, because this is something that you have to train for, and you have to keep reviewing those images more and more. So keep doing that. And the final way of memorizing your peg words is just going through and visualizing the images for the peg words. Now, it seems like not much of a technique, because peg words is probably the best way of doing it, but visualizing your images, you can also use, and this is a technique that I use, and I'll create a longer video of this, is using a spreadsheet where you can put your peg words onto one worksheet, and on the other worksheet in your spreadsheet, you can actually test yourself on those peg words. And if you go to my website, tanselali.com, if you go to downloads, you can actually download this spreadsheet, which is really cool. It's got all the instructions on there. It's free, so you can just download it and play around with it. And you can just add your peg words in there and start to memorize them. So that's another way of doing it. So what I do is I visualize each peg word on this spreadsheet, and then I go ahead and test myself, because the numbers come up all randomly, and you can put your number peg words in. You can even put card peg words in there as well. So I'll create a longer video on that, but there are the 3 methods of memorizing your peg words. So number 1 is using a memory palace, number 2 linking, and number 3 using that peg words system spreadsheet and visualizing. So hopefully that's giving you enough information. I'll keep this video very short because I am on holidays in the beautiful coast of Victoria here. So if you do get a chance, come up to Torquay, Victoria. It's amazing here. I'm actually in Jan Duke, so not too far from Torquay, just a couple of minutes down, but beautiful, beautiful weather. Come down and enjoy. So I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.